Hi guys, I'm Tiffany.
Hey guys, I'm Derek's.
And welcome to Love Puerto Rico. So we are sitting here again today. This is our third video and we are still getting into the flow, and I hope you all are enjoying our videos, and we are enjoying being back, even though we don't know all the time the topics that we're talking about. We are just sitting here asking God to unfold.
What is it today?
What does today hold? But we want to encourage. I think I wanted to just encourage everyone today, like in this transition of moving and doing something different in your life. You know, it hasn't been easy, you know, and sometimes when we get things from God and God tells us to do something, or we just feel something in our heart that, oh, God has been saying this for years, or we want to, you know, move, or you want to start this business, or you want to start this new career, or, you know, it's a lot of change, you know, and there's a lot of change going on in the world, you know, today.
That's true. And, you know, when you go through those different like changes and different seasons, sometimes you can begin to question, but also you can become discouraged sometimes because maybe it doesn't look like immediately what you thought it was going to look when you first decided to make this leap of faith, whether it is, like she said, start a new business, move to a new place, or start a new ministry, whatever God has put in your heart to do. Sometimes once you're stepping into that, it doesn't always exactly look like what you think, and that can be discouraging. So today we really just wanted to encourage you, honestly, while we encourage ourselves, because as we talk through this process, it actually encouraged us as well, because like she said, you know, it hadn't been easy with this transition.
No, because we're still sitting here today, and I'm sitting here in our beautiful home, which we ended up purchasing a home.
Beautiful plant in the back. I forgot the plant's name.
I forgot.
I don't know. The kids always name the plants. I never heard of that, but they always name the plants.
Yeah, and we wasn't planning on buying a house.
No,
you know,
it was a part of the plan.
I think like 4 months in, and just a lot of different things that, you know, God just said, okay, do this, do that, and then you have to trust, even though you might not always understand or know what the outcome. I think my problem is sometimes I always want to know, God, what's the outcome going to be? You know, how is it going to work out? Is it going to work out?
Yeah, that's good.
You know, but that's not trusting. If I need to know everything and I need to know the outcome of everything, it's no need for me to trust God, because He has the plan. He has, you know, the end goal of what He's trying to accomplish. And even in us moving here to Florida, I can't say today I really see everything. You know, I see my kids.
For real?
No.
Yeah.
I see Daniel at school, and I know that's why we're here. My girls are doing great. I knew we needed a change to be here in, you know,
being here and, you know, transitioning from where we were in Texas to here. We knew that the Lord was, you know, was speaking that to us. But once we got here, or even in that process, honestly, we don't know all the details of even why we're here. Yes, we have some, you know, we have some promises, right? We knew, like she said, that about our son Daniel being going to school here, but also the promise of what God has for us as it relates to Puerto Rico. So we had some nuggets, but sometimes even with those nuggets, you really want more than what God is willing to give, and that takes a place of trust and place of, you know, putting all of our trust and faith in Him. And it's not always easy. I'm just, you know, we just here dialoguing, but we're trying to be as real as we can. It's not always easy to say that I'm gonna trust God every step along the way. So,
because we're about to come up on what, 20 years?
20 years?
Huh? 20 years? Huh? 19? What?
19, 18?
19?
No, I'm just joking. 20 years of marriage.
Sounds right.
I'm like, what part of that don't you know about? So I'm like, what the real deal is
I'm trying to get you to look at me. Huh? Look at me. I said it's 20, we about to be
20 years married. Yeah, we're about to celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary.
And we have gone through so many different changes in our life. And then today making this major move at 20 years of marriage. Our kids are we got 2 teenage daughters about to be 18. The age that we are, you know, a good age. Like, you know, you said your friend said the other day that, you know, about the timeline.
There's studies done
sweet
about
spots in your life.
Yeah, that you're the most productive, and it's not those early years. It's honestly like from 50 to 80 that you're really the most productive in your life.
Yeah.
But
it seems like
you can easily think that no, that's too late, or why has taken so long.
Our biggest thing there is that we haven't accomplished. We keep feeling we haven't accomplished what we need to accomplish.
I would say in the time frame that we probably had in mind.
But people will probably look at us and say, "Oh, y'all have done a lot," you know, in the natural sense of, you know, our kids, our home,
and
you know,
honestly,
career, you know, and different things.
But as it relates to some of the promises and things like that, you know, we're still in the gap of receiving the promise and actually seeing it in fruition. And that's the tension. I guess that's how some people call it, the tension between the promise and what you're actually seeing.
But what we do is we cry, we argue, we discuss, we walk.
We walk. So that was one thing that we did say. Well,
they don't know about the question. We didn't say that question on this one, but we'll get to that one next time.
But honestly, but we do walk, and during the process of walking, we're actually talking. We're talking it out. We're praying. We're saying what's in my heart. She's saying what's in hers. You know, and things like that. So we're getting it out.
But I'm the crier. I'm the crier, and I know that God is with us in everything. But sometimes it does get hard, and it does get confusing. Like, where are you, God?
Where is this ship going?
You told me to trust. Yeah. But, you know, I don't know.
It's a long time.
It's a long time
between what I'm seeing, and even when you say you're a crier, I think even with that, a lot of times, and it took me a while to understand this. All tears aren't sad tears, or all tears aren't like bad tears or something like that, or you think something is wrong because tears are flowing. You know, I think some tears are holding on to the promise, so there are tears of faith, and I believe some tears are actually you releasing, you know, where you are holding on, and now you're putting it in the hands of God. So, you know, some of those tears, what I've seen is they're not just sadness. Some of those tears are actually tears of faith, because you're holding on to the promise, and it's hard. Yeah,
and I know you all have tears. Let them out.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to let them out.
Tears good. I cry.
And, you know, I think, too, during this process, and just in the course of our 20 years marriage, we've walked so many different things down. We waited for each stage, you know, of, you know, career and finances and, you know, home. And, you know, we started with nothing when we moved 10 years ago, and then today. But even in that process, you know, with having nothing, we was thankful, and having much, we're thankful. And, you know, all those reminders that you have to tell yourself.
Right.
You know, encourage yourself and say, okay, God, give thanks to
in all seasons when things look the way you want, and when they don't, give Him thanks, because there's always something. Because I think that opens your heart to receive, honestly, the next step by giving thanks for where you are at this moment. So,
and then too, we've always, you know, remind each other there's more. You know, to not settle, to not just look at. And
sometimes that hits up a brick wall, you know, because sometimes I may be feeling like, you know, I don't have the more of the next of any more. Or you feel like, can I even go further into the more? And it hits a brick wall, and whether that's me hitting a brick wall or Chip hitting a brick wall.
We don't always agree on where we should go. Yeah. But the one thing that we do agree on is the one thing, that's Jesus, in our house, in our home, in our family, that we're centered around Him. So once we keep that,
then honestly, all that other stuff tends to it comes full circle. I like that. It come full circle. It come full
I
circle.
calm down. There's a calm
I get
down.
myself
We come back together.
and
you know,
we're honestly, and at that point, we'll hear each other properly, and then we can hear from the Lord properly as well. But hearing each other is really important. I believe it's part of that process.
But today, even today, is one of those days in the home. You know, figuring out what to do. What do I want to do with my life? You know, where are we going? I mean, we are actually feeling all of that today in a new place where we're trying to make new relationships, trying to make, you know, just a new, establish a home here. We're trying to
settle, not meaning settle as far as settling for less, but actually being settled into this place of reason where God has us, and even spiritually knowing that, okay, we are here and God is here, because it feels, it doesn't feel like it did, you know, before we moved here, right? 10 years and less than a year here. I mean, you can't really compare that.
Yeah, but I know the love of it in my heart. I feel the love, and I know that this is where we're supposed to be. But sometimes you have to get all of it, your mind, your heart, you know, just everything, every aspect of your life and who you are has to come into line with, say, okay, God, I trust that this is what you have for me, and I'm okay in that, even if some days I'm unsteady or some days we're,
unsteady. God will settle us out and calm the storms. I guess that's the best way to put it, because some of those storms are internal, and God does a work in, you know, my heart and in my emotions so that they align with Him.
Yeah, but be encouraged today.
Yes.
So many things
Hope
going on in the world.
Lord.
There's so much stuff. You know, the news is
bombarded with all this stuff, and we're aware of, you know, all the different things that are happening. And, you know, for us, knowing that God has called us to this place of, you know, prayer and worship. So we see what's going on in the world. So we are praying. We're praying for, you know, the people in the countries where the war is going on in Ukraine, and the war with Russia. You know, we're praying for, you know, peace, because we know that the nations are the Lord's inheritance and that He wants the nations. So those places, you know, belong to Him, and we just know that there will be peace. But
guys, we will be talking soon. We will, you know, be traveling soon to Puerto Rico, and we will invite anyone who wants to come with us soon as we get, like I said, leveled out, settled,
clear vision, and all those things we do.
But we
thanks for throwing a
welcome.
nugget out.
Yes,
That's
we
good.
hear,
but more to come.
Yeah, more to come, because we want our home to be a place, you know, where people can come and then to travel with us. You know, we see, you know, not just Puerto Rico, but nations and worlds, and you know, we're just two. But you know, with just two, you can still accomplish.
You can.
So much.
You got to start somewhere, and where God has started with us is with each other. But it's not just for us. We do want others to come alongside this ride with us, because it's more fun going with others.
But guys, we see you, and just be encouraged today that God is with you. He's still strong. He's king.
He's still on his throne. He hadn't stepped down. And
no matter what you're facing, no matter what
you see
challenge or what change God is telling you, if He's calling you to change, He's calling you to step out and do something different that you just follow. Just trust. Say yes before you even know what's going on.
Don't think about it. Just say yes.
It's all in the yes.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Hey, love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.